This is Jan Hendrik. His hair is blonde and his eyes are blue. A green kind of blue. Caribbean, perhaps. They've opened on the French Riviera most mornings for the past decade since he arrived, and decided to open Restaurant Jan in an abandoned motorcycle repair shop that he knew could be much, much more. There's a skylight in his restaurant's kitchen that lets the southern French sunlight in from above the main workspace. On some spring afternoons, when the light is especially warm and gentle, he switches off the kitchen lights to see his work in the same golden light Picasso and Matisse and Chagall must have seen theirs. On other spring afternoons, he sits for hours and hours on little chairs at street-side restaurants, looking for clues to people's lives and daydreams and deepest fears in the clothes they wear, the way they walk, or the food they eat. Although he's lived and made a living here for over a decade, he still feels like a visitor and savors his persisting foreignness as a fine luxury. What a privilege to experience all the comforts of home and the thrills of the unknown at the same series of coordinates. Jan Hendrik has a journal, not a personal one, although he has many of those too, but a public one of which he prints thousands of copies to share with anyone who'd care to page through his most recent revelations and discoveries. In the 7th volume of Jan the Journal, it is written that the French Riviera might be the embodiment of the very essence of what it means to be French, insistent on liberty, nurturing in fraternity, and a beacon of equality. Perhaps his journal reads, the nectar for all of those who long to stroll along this Epicurean stretch of coastline that is so passionate, erratic, and deeply flawed, yet irresistible in its imperfections, is something profoundly human to relate to. And maybe it is this feeling of being deeply understood, not the striped umbrellas and Aperol spritzers that makes daily life on the French Riviera feel so much like an eternal holiday. This is Jan Hendrik. His hair is blonde and his eyes are blue. A green kind of blue. Caribbean, perhaps. Tomorrow morning they'll open, as they have since he first arrived with a dream of a life and a restaurant far from a South African farm forest. On the French Riviera.